Hello, my learner. Welcome to our learning today. And our learning today will be a application question from Huxlo. So our question today reads, study the arrangements and answer the question to follow. A and B are identical rubber strips and each has an elastic constant of 50 Newton per meter. C has an elastic constant of 100 Newton per meter. So here is the diagram. So this is a strip A, this strip B, and this is strip C. So our first equation is, if C extends by 4 centimeters, by how much would A extend? And our second question is, determine the force F which will cause the extension. So from Hooke's law, we learned that say that force is directly proportional to the stretching. The extension is directly proportional to the stretching force. So to avoid the sign of proportionality, we bring in a constant K multiplied by our extension E. So this K is a constant of proportionality, and this E is the extension caused in this spring. F is the stretching force. So from this, we have been told that a spring C extends by 4 centimeters, and the spring constant in this case, we have been told, is K. In this case is 100 Newton per meter. In this case, we are told that each has a spring constant of 50 Newton per meter. This is also equal to 50 Newton per meter. So we come down here. So since we have been given extension here, which is 4 centimeters, because the units are in centimeters here and the K has units in meters, therefore, first of all, we shall convert these units from centimeters to meters. So that 4 centimeters is equivalent to 0.04 meters. So given that I have, and this one is equivalent to extension, and our spring constant K is given as 100 Newton per meter. So coming back to our equation, I will get the force that is causing the force experienced by spring C by doing this. So I'll say F equals to KE. So force will be equal to the spring constant is 100 and the extension is 0.04, and this one is giving me a force experienced by spring C will be 4 Newton. But our equation was, if C extends by 4 centimeters, how much would A extend? So going back to our equation, so we want to know how is spring A and spring B stretching. So we say F equals to KE. And this case, our force we have been given now is, force in this case is 4 Newton. The spring constant in this case is K. K in this case is 50 Newton per meter. So if substitute back to equation, F equals to KE. So our aim is to get E. So we divide by K, divided by K on both sides. So if we cancel like this, our extension will be equivalent to saying F over K. So in this case, you know now, but now there are two springs which are sharing the weight down here. So since the springs are 2, then we will say 2E. So extension equals to force over the spring constant. So 2E will be equivalent to, our force is 4, and our K is 50. Our K is 50. So if we cross multiply, half 100 E equals to 4. So divided by 100, divided by 100, our E will be equivalent to 0.04 meters, which is equivalent to 0. This is equivalent to 4, is equivalent to 4 centimeters. Yeah. Coming to our second question, determine the force F which will cause the extension we have seen here. We want to find the force causing the extension in part A. So we can say that in this case, the extension is directly proportional to the stressing force. So F equals to K E, whereby K is the spring constant, or what we call elastic constant, and E is what we call the extension, and the F is the stressing force. So if we say you have extension to be 0.04, and if I can say to use the K down here, whereby K is 100 Newton per meter, so the force causing the extension there will be equal to, so F will be equal to KE, whereby K is 100 Newton per meter. We multiply by 0.04 meters. So the force causing the extension is equivalent to 100 times 0.4 is 4 Newton. This marks the end of our solution to this question. Thank you for watching. Subscribe down there for more videos on Hooke's law. Thank you.